9 different winners have been crowned king since the inaugural 2008 King of the Hill event. It's more than an event which decides the seeding order for BCIC Rally Barbados. It is an event that allows competitors to gauge their performance in group, and indeed gives overseas contenders a chance to acclimatize to the Barbadian road surface and weather conditions. Jeffrey Panton boasts the title as having the most crowns, with 4 wins, Stuart Maloney with the first win, that time as a co-driver with Paul Bourne, Roger Mayers with the most wins among any two-wheel drive winner, and Dane Skeet with the most recent crown to his name in 2024. Where will 2025 lead us on what is already brewing to be the most competitive King of the Hill, with 120 competitors to come under starters orders? This year's King of the Hill returns to Hangman Hill, which some will argue is the true home of this event. The 4-kilometre stage gives a real essence of what drivers can expect the following week, with a mixture of road surfaces, which also include what would be the final stage of Rally Barbados in a week's time. The event will run under a speed event format, that is 4 runs with the fastest run counting to your overall position. Pending on weather conditions for the day, drivers will have to consider when to pull the trigger to go for their fastest time, especially if there is a drastic change of the wet kind in the latter half of the day. Before we go into more specifics about the event, let's take a step back to look at the local championships, which will be utilising this event as a round to their season, those being the Barbados Rally Club and the Motoring Club of Barbados. With this being the case, it adds a further carrot or stick, depending on how you look at it, as to whether drivers will push for overall championship points or indeed simply for the event itself. We thought the best driver to give us their thoughts on this would be Kevin Armstrong, who jointly leads both championships. Here is what he had to say.
Trying to get high up as possible in the seating for Rally Barbados, to be honest. So for me, King of the Hill is to see how high I could get. So all up to all. Last year was not a good season for me, to be very honest. And then after Rally Barbados, I just decided to take a break. So I don't think it's my car. So for me, the car now is very reliable, the best I've ever had it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I've looked at the stages. It's going to be a good one, to be very honest. I'm really looking forward to it. I love the North. I'm really familiar with it, and honestly, I'm not too comfortable on the high speed stages, but on the technical bits, I prefer technical bits. But saying that, I still like Melbourne.
Last year's King of the Hill definitely showed us how important safety devices within rally cars can be in the event of a crash. This time around, we reached out to Chief Scrutineer Adrian Linton to give us a walkthrough on what exactly is evaluated when scrutineering safety specs of a car and team equipment.
Okay, so when we're checking cars on events, we're checking primarily for safety. Motorsport is, by its very nature, a dangerous sport, and we want to make sure that all the safety equipment that's present is there to do its job and protect the occupants. All right, Roger's got here, so we got to get his car scrutineered so the belts are secure. We're saying good afternoon to Barry. Hello. So eye bolts are secure. Seat belts are supposed to be lapped the right way around the rear bars, which they are. I know which one this is. Yeah. Driver's equipment needs to be checked. Suits are Nomex. Helmets need to be in date and free of damage. This one is the FIA standard, that's fine. Co-driver's equipment. That's a Snell helmet. Hands device is good. There you go, thank you.
Yeah.
Can we open your tailgate there?
Yeah, sure.
You make sure cars have towing eyes as well, which this one does. Hoses need to be secure, which they are. And check the battery security as well, which is behind here. That's good. Yes, thanks. Fire extinguisher. So the extinguisher is secure. And can we get in the bonnet as well? Cars need to have towing eyes, front and rear. This one does. On the other side. We're checking for general security and make sure the bulkhead is secure and intact, no holes in it, nowhere for oil or flames to pass. This is all good. All right, thank you. And all cars have a logbook which we record any defects or issues in it, and it acts as a history and a record of the car. Today everything is good, so he can go and take part in the test event.
Well, the time is nearly here. Things kick off this weekend, May 24th, at the Rally Show, which is set to be one of the biggest ever static display of competition cars the region has seen. Here, fans will get up close with the cars and drivers, all in time for First Citizens King of the Hill the following day, Sunday, May 25th, and we cannot wait. Like and subscribe to our content for updates this weekend, inclusive of live video of each run and more. See you on the stages.